Ever wondered why some beaches feel freer than others? In Florida, a quiet culture of respect nature confidence thrives. Stay with me. Let's explore the real stories behind clothing-optional shores. No clothes beaches. The phrase itself can conjure a powerful and often surprising reaction. It prompts an immediate mental image, liberating. A step far outside some people's comfort zone. It leads one to a rather personal question. Would you ever visit a no-clothes beach? The answer is not as simple as a yes or no. It's tied to our perspectives on the human body. It's tied to our relationship with the natural world. It's tied to our understanding of personal freedom. This isn't about shock. It's a gentle exploration of a human subculture against Florida's coastline. Here, where land meets the Atlantic Ocean. Here, where land meets the calm Gulf of Mexico. People have sought solace and connection for millennia. The sand, the sun, the rhythmic sound of waves. For many, the feeling is completed by removing the last barrier: clothing. Florida's extensive coastline, countless miles of white sand, warm turquoise waters provides the ideal canvas for such communities to flourish. Certain stretches have become havens for naturism clothing optional lifestyle, woven into local identity. Atlantic shores near Miami, tranquil beaches along the Gulf Coast magnets, for local residents, international visitors seeking a special seaside experience. Each location has distinct character shaped by environment, shaped by the community. One of the most famous is Hallover Beach in Miami-Dade County, publicly sanctioned clothing optional section part of a larger public park. Witness a vibrant cross-section of humanity. People of all ages, diverse backgrounds, varied body types sharing the sand in peaceful coexistence. The atmosphere is relaxed and unassuming, far from the sensationalized images some might imagine. Less like a radical statement, more like a simple, popular beach people just happen to be without clothes, enjoying the sun and sea. On the opposite coast, along the Gulf of Mexico, other beaches have earned a similar reputation: quieter, more subdued ambiance. Blind Creek Beach in St. Lucie County, parts of the Canaveral National Seashore, cherished naturist spots. These areas are often more secluded, buffered by dunes and natural vegetation, offering privacy and immersion in the wild. The sounds here are simpler: call of a shorebird, rustle of sea oats in the breeze, gentle murmur of distant conversations. What unites these locations is a shared ethos of respect, deep appreciation for the natural setting. The presence of naturism in Florida is not a recent phenomenon. Its roots stretch back nearly a century, intertwined with a broader cultural movement that began in Europe. The philosophy of naturism, or Freikörperkultur, as it was known in Germany, emerged in the late 19th centuries and the early 20th centuries. It championed the health benefits of open-air living, exercise, and social nudity, promoting both physical well-being and psychological well-being. This ideology found fertile ground in the United States, and with its year-round warm climate, Florida naturally became a focal point for the movement's American adherents. During the 1930s and the 1940s, the first naturist clubs began to form in the Sunshine State. These were typically private, secluded properties, often nestled in rural areas or along remote stretches of coastline, far from public view. Early pioneers sought out quiet coves and hidden sandbanks where small, like-minded groups could gather without attracting unwanted attention. It was a discreet and often clandestine activity, driven by a shared belief in the wholesomeness of connecting with nature without the encumbrance of clothing. These early gatherings laid the foundational stones for the more open communities we see today. The shift from private clubs to publicly accessible clothing-optional beaches was a gradual and complex process, shaped by changing social attitudes and legal battles throughout the latter half of the 20th century. As society became more open, advocates began to push for designated public spaces. This was not without controversy. It involved lengthy negotiations with local governments, public debates, and the slow work of educating the wider community to dispel myths and fears. The establishment of official clothing-optional sections on public beaches, like the one at Hallover, was a landmark victory for the movement. This history is crucial for understanding the culture of these beaches today. They did not appear overnight, but are the result of decades of patient effort by individuals who believed deeply in the benefits of this lifestyle. They fought for the right to create spaces governed by respect, personal freedom, and a love for the natural world. The rules and etiquette that are so important in these communities are a direct legacy of this history, designed to ensure these places remain safe, peaceful, and welcoming for all who wish to visit them with a respectful heart. Life on a clothing-optional beach operates on a foundation clear and universally understood rules. Some posted on signs, others part of a deeply ingrained culture of respect. The primary overarching principle is courtesy. These are not lawless places. The standard of behavior is often higher than on many textile beaches. The freedom to be without clothes, paired with a profound responsibility to ensure comfort and safety. This social contract is the silent glue. First and foremost is the rule against unwanted attention. Staring gawking is strongly discouraged. The idea is that the human body, in all its natural diversity, is not an object of spectacle, but simply a state of being. Photography, videography. Taking pictures without explicit informed consent is a severe breach of etiquette and often the law. This rule preserves trust and security. Practical considerations: hygiene and comfort. Bring a towel to sit on. Sandbench lounge chair. Keeps shared surfaces clean for the next person. Friendly atmosphere. Overt public displays of affection that would be inappropriate anywhere are inappropriate here. The focus is on non-sexualized communal enjoyment behavior that disrupts this tranquil atmosphere is not welcome. Be aware of legal boundaries. Clothing optional areas are clearly demarcated. Straying outside these zones while nude can lead to legal trouble. Age restrictions. Some beaches have family-friendly sections or times others may be adults only. The key is to observe and respect. Follow these tenets and you contribute to the serene, accepting atmosphere of Florida's naturist beaches. Why do people choose this lifestyle? The reasons are as diverse as the individuals themselves, but several powerful themes emerge when one listens to their stories. Perhaps the most frequently cited reason is a profound sense of freedom. In a world that bombards us with messages about how we should look, the act of removing one's clothes in an accepting environment can be incredibly liberating. It is a shedding of not just fabric, but also of social pressure and self-consciousness. It is a return to a more natural, elemental state, where one can feel the sun and the sea breeze on their entire skin. This experience is deeply connected to the concept of body positivity. On a clothing-optional beach, one is surrounded by human bodies in their authentic, unadorned state. Young and old, large and small, scarred and smooth, of every shape and tone. This exposure to genuine human diversity can have a powerful, normalizing effect. It quietly dismantles the unrealistic and narrow standards of beauty promoted by popular media. For many, it fosters a healthier relationship with their own body, leading to greater self-acceptance and a reduction in the anxiety that so often surrounds physical appearance. Beyond the individual experience, there is a strong sense of community. This is not just a collection of solitary people on a beach. It is a social gathering. Friendships are formed, conversations flow easily, and a spirit of camaraderie prevails. Because the environment is built on mutual respect, there is an inherent trust that breaks down many of the usual social barriers. People feel comfortable being themselves, which fosters genuine connections. Many communities organize events like beach cleanups or shared picnics, further strengthening these bonds and their shared stewardship of the beautiful spaces they inhabit. Ultimately, for many, it is about a deeper connection with the natural world. Without the layer of clothing, the barrier between self and environment becomes more permeable. One can feel the warmth of the sun-drenched sand, the cool caress of the wind, and the refreshing embrace of the ocean in a more holistic and immersive way. This is a sensory experience that grounds people in the present moment and reminds them that they are part of the vast, intricate web of nature. This simple, direct connection is a powerful antidote to the stresses and disconnections of modern urban life. While Florida has its own unique naturist culture, it is part of a much larger global tapestry. The practice of social nudity is found in many parts of the world, though its cultural acceptance and expression vary widely. In much of Europe, naturism is more mainstream and integrated into summer life. Germany, France, Croatia, Spain. These countries boast long coastlines with numerous FKK, Freikörperkultur, naturist beaches. They are frequented by families and individuals as a normal part of a holiday or a warm weekend. That broad acceptance contrasts with the more niche, legally defined context in the United States. The global picture is a mosaic of attitudes. In some cultures, public nudity is a strong taboo and legally prohibited, while in others, it is quietly tolerated in specific isolated locations. The Scandinavian tradition, centered on sauna culture, embraces nudity in a non-sexual communal context, which often extends to designated swimming areas. Each culture has navigated the human body, public space, and social norms in its own way. It's important to distinguish modern naturism from traditional practices of indigenous tribes. Yanomami, Amazon rainforest. Certain tribes in Papua New Guinea. For these peoples, dress is not a modern lifestyle choice or social statement. It is a deeply integrated aspect of culture shaped over millennia by climate, environment, and social structure. Equating their way of life with Western naturist philosophy would be an oversimplification. Their practices show the human relationship with clothing is diverse and culturally specific. For these tribes, the body simply is. Their way of life offers a distinct perspective rooted in an intimate relationship with ancestral lands. When we look at naturism globally, we must do so with respect for these differences, recognizing the reasons people may be without clothes are as varied as humanity itself. In the end, Florida's clothing-optional beaches are far more than just stretches of sand where attire is not required. They are complex social ecosystems, living laboratories, freedom, community, respect. They represent a quiet corner of our society, where individuals can step away from a world of constant judgment and reconnect with themselves, reconnect with each other, and reconnect with the elemental forces of nature. The gentle rhythm of the waves seems to wash away pretense, leaving behind a more authentic and accepting version of human interaction. These spaces exist because of a long history of advocacy and a continuous commitment to a code of conduct that prioritizes safety and mutual respect. They challenge us to look beyond our initial reactions and consider the deeper human needs they fulfill. The desire for acceptance, the longing for community, and the simple, profound joy of feeling the sun on one's skin. They demonstrate that it is possible to create pockets of profound freedom within our structured society, so long as that freedom is balanced with an equal measure of responsibility toward others. The culture of these beaches teaches a valuable lesson in body positivity. By presenting the human form in its natural, unaltered diversity, they offer a powerful counter-narrative to artificial ideals. Here, the body is not a project to be perfected or an object to be judged, but simply the vessel through which we experience the world. This simple but radical act of collective acceptance can be a deeply healing experience, fostering a sense of peace that visitors often carry with them long after they have brushed the last grains of sand from their towels. As the sun sets over the Gulf of Mexico, casting a warm, golden light over the tranquil scene, one is left with a sense of peace. These beaches are a testament to the diverse ways in which humans seek happiness and meaning. They are a small but significant part of the rich cultural mosaic of Florida, and indeed, of the world. They remind us that there is more than one way to live, more than one way to find community, and more than one way to feel at home in our own skin. For more explorations into the fascinating ways people live around the globe, we invite you to continue your journey with us on Global Trends in Travel. It leads one to a rather personal question. Would you ever visit a no-clothes beach?